Will everyone please rise for the singing of our national anthem by our very own Kira Hagan.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Kira. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, please take your seats. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, in the class of 2021. My name is Thomas Cottle, and I have the privilege of serving as principal of Lindbergh High School. On behalf of the Renton School District, welcome to the commencement exercises for the 48th graduating class of Lindbergh High School. Please help me welcome some of our distinguished guests who are with us this afternoon. First, from the Renton School District Board of Directors, we have Board President Ms. Alyssa Louie. Director Ms. Stephanie McIrvin. Director Dr. Avanti Bergquist. And Director Ms. Shelby Scoville. We are also honored to have from the Renton School District our Superintendent, Dr. Damian Patnod. Deputy Superintendent for Teaching and Learning, Dr. Shannon Harvey. And Chief of Secondary Schools, Ms. Vicki Damon. Finally, we have our two assistant principals, Mr. Colin Falk and Ms. Becky Lamb. At this time, please welcome ASB President Lauren Jones and Senior Class President Nick DeJesus to the stage for speeches.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for coming here to celebrate the graduating class of 2021. Wow, guys, we really went through it this year, and I'm proud to say that we made it. I'm so grateful that I got to share my years at Lindbergh with you guys. Seeing you all persevere through everything we went through continues to inspire me. Now, our time at Lindbergh was interesting to say the least. We got to witness some records breaking. We were there for the most fire alarms pulled in one day. We were there for the most fights in one lunch. And most importantly, we were there for the first senior class to get through a whole year in a pandemic. In all seriousness, looking at everyone in front of me, I see so much potential for greatness. 13 years ago, way back in the kindergarten, we were asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? And back then, we would give answers like superheroes, knights, and astronauts. Ever since we've gotten older, they want an actual answer. I think I can speak for many of us when I say that I have no idea. That's okay. We were just asking teachers for permission to go to the bathroom with sticky notes. Knowing what we want to do for the rest of our life is a big jump. If you've got your future figured out, I can't wait to see what you'll accomplish. But for those who don't, and even those who do, take your time. This year, we lost so much to the coronavirus. We've had to readjust to being stuck inside 24/7, attempting to learn through a screen, and losing the high school experience of being with all of our friends and enjoying our last year at Lindbergh. But that's all in the past. From now on is when we take everything back the pandemic took from us. We don't need to rush into the future. This is a time for us to live in the now. On our journeys, there will inevitably be obstacles to overcome, but I know that we all can do it. After having to sing our quadratic formula song on Zoom and not in person, we can make it through everything. This is our time to make mistakes. This is our time to figure everything out for ourselves. For some of us, we'll be learning how to cook on our own in the dorms. It will be to share nasty communal bathrooms, and it will be learning to live a life not as high schoolers. No matter what you have planned, leave room for yourself to enjoy life. Hang out with your friends and not have to sit inside all day. Have a road trip and interact with people outside of home just because we can. This is our time to be ourselves. And like a great prophet once said, this is our time to learn to live again. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. It's an honor to be up here today and to see all of your faces. Well, at least part of it. Describing these past 15 months as crazy is an absolute understatement. All my social butterflies were forced into hibernation, and did anyone even use the word attestation until a few months ago? Class of 2021, today I'd like to remind everyone that we did it. But what did we even do? 12 years ago, we started kindergarten and struggled to walk in a single file line from class to the lunchroom. In elementary school, besides watching Disney Channel and playing with Fireboy and Water Girl, our first job was trading silly bands. About 7 years ago, we were anxious to use lockers for the first time, and our bodies started changing. Yep, that happened. We persevered through virtual school, and some of y'all even kept your cameras on. We did that. Many of us dedicated countless hours into submitting applications for our post-secondary options. We did that too. Most recently, class started once again at 7:20 in the morning. We did that too. But if I'm being honest, I was always late to Mr. Goodwin's class. But today, it's not about me, it's about us. In fact, today is our day. We will graduate too. March 2020, life stopped as we knew it, but you already knew that. Sometimes I get in a spiral thinking about what I wish I knew a year ago, or what I could have done differently, but this is all in retrospect. On the other extreme, we feel we can't get to the future soon enough, whether it's college, our 40s, or possibly retirement. Time is too precious to let your happiness be determined by your future. My lesson is to make the most of the present. Enjoy it today. Let's be grateful for this beautiful weather we're having. Turn around and look at your spectators. It's not the graduation we envisioned, but let's embrace it. While this day marks the transition into more amazing things, it can also be intimidating. My challenge is for you to choose kindness. You don't need a bachelor's degree to open the door for someone. You don't need to know the answer to the question, what do you want to be when you grow up, to volunteer at a food bank. You don't even need 6 figures in your bank account to treat your roommate out to dinner. For better or for worse, the pandemic allowed my family to be together, and I'd like to thank them for giving me grace during this confusing time. I commend those that were able to thrive in isolation, but I'll acknowledge that I struggled. I appreciate those strangers out during my runs that waved back to me. I'd like to thank those teachers that helped me when I was at my most human. And to all my friends along the way who made me laugh. Thank you to those that chose kindness. While kindness may not be the solution to global warming or even damper our political climate, it is a step in the right direction. So class of 2021, we experienced one crazy year, but we are the future. Together we can serve 130 hours, give $130, fulfill 130 jobs, and have 130 smiles. We spent the last year in survival mode, and we aren't in the clear yet, but the return to normal is near. It's time to start living again. So follow your passions, choose kindness, and strive for positive change. Let us live in the moment and smile because we're graduating. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren and Nick. It's now my honor to once again introduce Dr. Damian Patnod, Superintendent of the Renton School District, who has special remarks for the class of 2021.
Good afternoon, everyone, and I just want to, if we could give another round of applause to Nick and to Lauren for their wonderful speeches. Those were outstanding messages. And it is truly an honor to be here with you this afternoon, and sometimes as superintendent you can think that somehow you're special because you get to get up here and speak. But then as I left this morning, my wife reminded me to remember the text she sent me a couple of weeks ago. And she had been at a graduation in Roanoke, Virginia for our niece back at the end of May. And she sent me pictures of what the setup was and whether or not people were wearing masks. And then she had shared with me that the superintendent had not talked at the graduation, and this was the text message she sent. She said, there are a lot of things people miss during the pandemic, but the superintendent giving a speech at graduation is clearly not one of them. So I will keep my remarks brief, as I know it is our students here today from Lindbergh High School who are the stars of today's ceremony. But I do want to take just a moment to hit on something Lauren just talked about, and that is for those people in the audience this afternoon. I want to begin by thanking the families and friends with us today. On behalf of the Renton School District and LHS, thank you for your love, time, support, encouragement, and discipline that you have provided and was critical to helping these students get here today. And now another group deserving of a sincere thank you is the outstanding staff at Lindbergh High School. The last 15 months, you have demonstrated a level of professionalism and commitment to service that is impressive. You have helped to support our students, families, the broader Renton community, and each other in navigating this pandemic. I am truly blessed to have the opportunity to serve as your superintendent, and it is my great pleasure to say thank you. Graduates and families, I hope you will join with me right now in thanking our teachers, paraprofessionals, support staff, nutrition services workers, bus drivers, custodians, facilities and ground staff, and the countless others for their work this school year and throughout your time in the Renton School District. And now to the reason why we're here, the seniors. And Lauren's message about kindness is very similar to the message that I want to share this afternoon, as it is an absolute understatement that a lot will be written about your final 2 years of high school. However, I want to spend the next few minutes not looking backwards, but rather forward. Graduations not only celebrate the past, but also look to the future you are stepping into when you cross this stage and receive your diploma. A future that is bright with opportunities for individual success. However, more importantly, a future that is brimming with the opportunity to do great things for your community and to do better than those who came before you. As superintendent, I've often said that if we truly want each student to be successful, we're going to have to start loving other people's kids pretty darn close to the same way we love our own. But what these last 15 months have taught me is that this extends beyond kids. We're going to have to start loving other people pretty darn close to how much we love those in our own families. This will be one of your opportunities, class of 2021. You have the opportunity to show those of us who are older how to do this right. You have the opportunity to extend an olive branch and speak with people who might have different political beliefs or backgrounds. You have the opportunity to not retreat to your bubble, but to step outside and find common ground with those you may have thought there was not an opportunity for mutual understanding. Whether someone lives in Skyway, downtown Renton, the Highlands, Newcastle, South Hill, or wherever, you have the opportunity to find the humanity in each person you come into contact with. To know that the future success of this community, our state, and our nation is dependent on coming together rather than finding reasons to separate and isolate ourselves from each other. To understand that we all have frailties and faults. To understand that we might not all agree on every topic, but these frailties and faults and disagreements must never cause us to ignore or fail to acknowledge the gifts and talents and humanity of any person sitting across from us. Your individual success will mean very little if you do not take the chance to uplift and love all the members in our community. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. Class of 2021, I'm excited to watch how you seize this opportunity once you walk across this stage and step into your future. I wish you nothing but the very best. Congratulations.
A little breezy up here. Hello, everyone. My name is Thomas Cottle, and I'm proud to serve as principal of Lindbergh High School. Yes, you've had a principal all year. It's me. I drove to work on a recent beautiful morning, listening to one of my favorite channels. It's called Chill Vibes. And a cover by Izzy came on called Somewhere Over the Rainbow. The seniors should recall it because I played it on loop at their rehearsal. Honestly, though, the song pulled me into a deeply reflective mood as I thought about the class of 21 and what you've lived through these past 15, 16 months. It would be irresponsible to not acknowledge the emotional, physical, and mental challenges you have endured as we continue to live through the ripple effects of a global pandemic, fighting for social justice, election stress, and economic crisis. Any one of these by itself would be challenging enough, yet you have weathered these historical scenarios concurrently. As I look at you, I see a cohort of intelligent, capable, seasoned young adults. Perhaps more than any other, you are different people than you were at the start of your high school career. I look at you and I feel encouraged. If you can make it through all these things, I'm so very anxious to see what you're capable of when life is back to the normal crazy things. You know, traffic, which is kind of be back, to be honest. Lines at the store and trying to decide what your weekend plans are. You don't know this about me, but I served 4 years in the United States Army. I share that because you have all demonstrated a skill set that I have tried to implement in my own life. You have shown the treasured ability to adapt and overcome. Each of you have faced circumstances in and out of school that have put you in position to adaptively change your practice. You have literally accomplished tasks in new and dynamic ways. That's an employable skill if I've ever seen one. It's true, you may have had less hours of instructional seat time than your graduating predecessors. However, you have grown in ways that none of them have. From making decisions around boundaries between work and school, between COVID safety and attempting to maintain a connection with other human beings, to making decisions that are good for your own mental health. You have in your own way been stretched unlike any other group in recent memory. For those reasons, I'm so excited to see what you're capable of. As Dr. Patnott said, once you cross this threshold into your post-secondary lives, on to bigger and better things. I'm hopeful that you will interact with people who don't look like you, who don't dress like you, and have a different accent than you. My advice to you is do not succumb to the grind culture. Look for ways, create space for loved ones in your life, and it can start with a nap. I'm proud of you, class of 21. Excited to see how you come back to the community to give. Go Eagles. At this time, please welcome Renton School Board President, Ms. Alyssa Louie.
Lindbergh High School, class of 2021. On behalf of the Renton School District Board of Directors, I'm honored to congratulate you for your accomplishments. I'm honored to congratulate your families and your friends for this accomplishment, and I'm honored to congratulate your teachers, coaches, and mentors for this accomplishment. Your hard work and the hard work of your supporting community has led you to this pivotal moment in each of your lives. The mission of our school district has been and will continue to be to put systems in place to help each student graduate with options and fully ready to participate in our democracy. We believe there is not a one-size-fits-all approach to getting here, and we're thrilled to provide spaces for all students to earn their diploma. During these unprecedented times, I've struggled to find the words to address you and wholeheartedly congratulate you for this tremendous accomplishment. I've read and watched and studied looking for the right thing to say, and the reality is I'm not sure I know what it is yet. But what I do know is your class, Lindbergh High School, class of 2021, is a class of tenacious, hopeful, determined people. You see, the world has thrown more at you collectively than any other recent graduating class. While facing, among other challenges, racial inequity, political unrest, and not to be forgotten, a global pandemic, you also made it to this stage today. There's no stopping you, Lindbergh graduates. Researchers have found one of the key indicators of a person's success in life to be resilience. Resilience, having the courage to bounce back and take risks despite adversity and initial setback. Our world has undoubtedly tossed a whole lot of adversity and setbacks at all of us in recent months. Each of you took risks and bounced back to be a graduate. Not only graduate high school, but achieve this while giving back to your communities and showing up in the important ways our world needs. You most certainly will independently and collectively forge through trials we currently have as a nation and global society and leave your mark on a more peaceful, more kind, more just world. I know this because you've proven your resilience time and time again. Lindbergh graduates, I believe in you. I know you will do great things. It is the honor of the school board to serve you each and every day. We could not be more proud of where you've been, where you are, and where you're going. We sing praises of your hard work. Lindbergh Eagles, class of 2021. Make us proud. Take the world into your hands. Congratulations.
As principal of Lindbergh High School and the power vested in me by the Renton School District Board of Directors in the state of Washington, I am pleased to present the 48th graduating class of Lindbergh High School and certify that they have met all district and state requirements for graduation.
On behalf of the state of Washington and the Renton School District, I am pleased and honored to accept the Lindbergh High School class of 2021. Congratulations.
It's my pleasure to officially introduce the class of 2021. We will now begin the presentation of diplomas.
Kira Hagan. Nicholas de Jesus. Lauren Jones. Brianna Agabo. Raya Anatone. Asal Ahadajili. Shane Aiello. Leslie Aban Vargas. Jeffrey Aiken. Kurt Apollonio. Anaya Kathleen Allen. Dean Angelo Bartolome. Denise Angelica Bartolome. Mark Griffin Bedsall. Baruch Bahanu. Katie Barrera Gonzalez. Farat Bahar. Olivia Atley. Zoran Arino. Jose Angulo Garcia. Tashoni Andrews Jr., TJ. Ade Abibi. Xavier James Bailey. Abel Baraket. Josiah John Burnley. Darian Buyavong Son Santos. Good job, Dan. Maiza Bun. Angelique Mutiara Crease. Kevin Chow. Du Chol. Elizabeth Callis. Philip Cutter. Charlie Thomas Conrath. Ethan Ewing Childs. Crystal Chor. Angeli Kaur Chima. Stephen Klein. Carlos Jose Cisneros Salmron. Elizabeth Brew. Faith Benoit. Aaliyah Bash. Olivia Brantley. Elizabeth Tao Dang. Jerson de los Santos. Joshua Dakanai. Jada Talan Downs. Tristan Lawrence Devereaux. Gerald Dalita Jr. Manor Singh Danoa. Ekambir Singh Danoa. Isaiah Emmanuel Doss. Edris M. Elman. Lucio Dominguez Mais. Madison Roxanne Ehrman. Danielle L. Guevara. Vincent Eshia. Mateo James Edwards. Parker Jeffrey Duncan. How are you? Derek Duncan. Blake Dompierre. Bin Duong. Ivy Duong. Sammy Doe. Jade De La Cruz. Pablo Cortez. Elena Mercedes Cornell. Andrea Michelle Espino Sandoval. Pedro Fernandez. Edward Fedchick. Javon Carmel Green. Bryce Fallgreen. Mohammed Farah. Jair Gabriel. David Gomez. David. Micah Gomes. Jennifer Gutierrez Amescua. Cielo Sari Guerrero. Amariah Henderson. Amira Hines. Mahdi Hussein. Justin Ho. Ubaldo Hernandez. Sebastian Hernandez. Kylie Elizabeth Huffman. Melia Simone Harris. Niyat Haile. Gloria Elizabeth Gonzalez. Maya Gerdushko. Violetta Guvketvalo. Daniel Goot. Enrico Gutierrez. Daryl Del Grace Jr. Alice Noeli Herrera Galicia. Bailey Hooper. Calvin Ho. David Ho. Liliana Kahakina. Jason Johns. McKenna Nicole Jones. Eden Saifa Jack. Sharmel Jackson. Isaiah Richard Harege. Kyla Kelly. Tara Lynn Corvey. Harper Christensen. Joshua Lamastole. Joseph Lawson. Ao Leo. Christian Lucas. Nazari Litvishko. Devin Jordan Lee. Justin Matthew Killy. Tai Luong. Spencer William King. Kayvon Kaidola. Marcus Kwan. Kaylani Jollymore. Sarah Ellen Johnson. Victoria Koshelnik. Elias Porter Klingley. Valenica Brianna Langany. Anthony Nguyen Lee. Good job. Cindy Liano. Andy Lee. Tao Fong Ti Li. Mao Rayon Huff. Tien Ti Tu Long. Isabel Kekik. Shinyi Liu. Suraj Kumar. Thomas Lee. Nathaniel Abraham Casa.
At this time, I would like to invite Lauren and Nick back up to the stage for turning of the tassels.
Seniors, please stand. Now is the time for the turning of the tassel. This represents our transition from students at Lindbergh High School to graduates of Lindbergh High School. Members of class of 2021, please turn your tassel from the right side to the left side.
Make it official, Lauren. Last but not least, remember, you are the eagle. Caw-caw! That was for Mr. Falk. Ushers.